Hi everyone, welcome to the Zen Studio. It's the first Tuesday of the month, the first Tuesday of February. It's February 3rd, 2026. It's time for a channel update. Let's get going. Alrighty, I really hope that everybody had a great start to the year. It's the Zen Studio After Dark. I'm Brett Music Builds. It's been a pretty quiet month of January here on the workbench. We've been doing a lot of things in the background, but there hasn't been a whole lot that's been going on the channel. But we're going to give you some updates on some things that are coming, some things that are new, and some new arrivals that we have. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get down to the workbench, and we'll see what we got coming for you. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this update by looking at the part works. It's been a little slow on the part works, and I'll explain why here in just a minute. But we do have some things going on that we're doing. In an effort to recover, from the end of last year and the mad dash, finishing 4 of our builds. We've taken a little bit of a break from part work. I do have a couple of stages of the Batmobile 1989 to do. I do have some of the Toyota Supra to do, but primarily we've been working on some other things in the background. So we'll go through the part works one by one, and all right, we're going to start with Fan Home. To start with, we do have that 1989 Batmobile. I don't have the build guide on this because it never got sent to me, unfortunately, but I do still have the welcome letter. The 89 Batmobile, we did do the first 6 stages on the channel. I was missing stage 7 from pack 3, but I do have that in now, and so we will go ahead and get that on the channel. But we have been working on it. For instance, we do have the awesome dashboard that we did. So the 89 Batmobile, I think it's going to return sometime in March. That's when we're going to get back going on this one. The Oracle Red Bull, Max Verstappen, RB19. It has been suspended for a little while. I think this one we're going to try and get back at the end of this month. We are up to pack 6 through this, which is up through stage 28, I think. I do have a couple of stages from that pack left to do just because it has to do with the wheel, and I'm waiting for the tire for the next pack to do that one all together. The 66 Batmobile is probably going to be back next month. We do almost have a full rolling chassis on this one, so it's coming together really nicely. This hasn't been on the channel yet. I'm hoping to get it on the channel a little bit more. But as always, follow our Instagram and our TikTok, and all of our build progress on all of these things is going to be on there. Toyota Supra. Like I said, I do have some stages of this to go. I don't really have an excuse as to why I haven't done it. It's just been, there hasn't been any rush because, I've been taking a break from a lot of these. But I do have them in here, and I probably will get them on the channel at some point this month. And that's going to do it for Fan Home. Incidentally, the RB19, the Max Verstappen car, is available from Fan Home now. Mine is a D'Agostini Collectibles, but everything has been moved over to Fan Home for them. Okay, while we have been taking a break from a lot of the Fan Home builds, there are 2 that are still active and ongoing. One of them is this Hachette Collections Ford Falcon. This one is still being worked on. I'm collaborating with my friend Hanson on this. So his link to his Instagram is at the end card. So go ahead and head on over there and see his pristine version. It's looking really, really good. And mine's going to be the weathered up version. So we're making progress on this. And if I bring it over, try and fit it in here. This is where we are. The engine is mounted in the chassis. Um, as you can see, I weathered mine up and it's looking very, very abused, which is the kind of look that I'm going for with oil staining on the pipes and all this kind of stuff. Looks really, really good. So we do have a full rolling chassis with the engine in it on this one. And we've also started the interior, which is looking really good. This will get weathered up later on. I've started to modify it for the post-apocalyptic setting. So this vent knob, I've replaced it with this needle-looking thing, like it had broken off and been haphazardly replaced. I'm looking forward to getting going on weathering this up. This is going to be a lot of fun. The siren light is in, and it is crooked for a reason, which I'll let you all know about when we get closer. I do have the next 5 stages of this in stock right now, so this is going to be the project for this week most likely. Taking up the bulk of the month in the background has been our Fan Home Enterprise D. The battle section is complete. This is complete up through stage 88. I still have 89 and 90 to do. But all of my electrics are in. If I flip it over, you can see all of them in there. And I will make sure that all of this is out of the way of where the mount goes. But it's nice and tidy in there, even though it does look like it's a bit of a mess. I do have the frame to go on the bottom of this, and we are working on the saucer as well, which is down over here, getting the panels in. And as you can see, I have done some modification to my deflector dish, painting it, and so it looks a little bit better, I think. Um, if you want to see a full walkthrough of all of these electrics and see it all working, I do have a video for that, and I will link the Enterprise D playlist at the end of this. It's also in my modifications and upgrades playlist as well. But for now, let's see if I can just loosely power it up using a 9-volt battery. You can see how it looks. See the beacon light there, and the navigation lights, and all the windows as well. Looking really good. I'm really happy with how that's looking at the moment. Okay, get my battery out of the way. Onto the box model kits we go. And a bit of deja vu. We have been working on our AMT Enterprise D, which is a work in progress. We did install our power trench covers and did some putty on those. They still need to be repainted, but the engines are attached, and we do have all of the battle section electrics installed in this one, which is looking really nice. So that one's coming along. A little bit left to go on this one, quite a bit actually, but there's no rush on the workbench. Alright, we have a couple of things coming soon, courtesy of our friends over at CultTVMan over in Georgia. They sent me a couple of things which are going to be coming to the workbench here shortly. The first one is it was voted on in the poll toward the end of last year. I wanted to do a different kit other than an Enterprise for my next box model kit because the last three have been Enterprise models. And this one won by a photo finish over the Kronos one and the Klingon Bird of Prey. Those will be coming at a later date. I do have them in my stash. But we do have the Reliant that's coming up next. Just give you a quick look of the box. I will do meet the parts on this. We are going to be using Aztec dummy, Aztec painting masks, and we will also be using Paragraphics photo etch on this. Round 2 has reissued the 1/1400 scale USS Enterprise NCC 1701E. I have picked this one up. I did do this model last year, which was the First Contact Edition vintage kit. But this one is injected in the translucent plastic, so I'm not going to have to drill out all the windows, which was really hampered my progress on it, and I had some imperfections in my paint scheme. So I had already decided when I had finished the last one that I was going to take another run at this. And I'm so happy that they have reissued it. It is the 30th anniversary of Star Trek First Contact this year, which is what this one says it's from. Just give you a look at the back of the box. Get into focus. There we go. So it's 58 pieces, 19 inches long. It does have clear red, blue, and orange parts. So these engine grills I'm not going to have to paint. The impulse engines and the Bassard collectors, which is going to be really, really convenient and make this model a lot easier to do. There's the decal sheet with some of the Aztecing. Get it in camera. Some of the Aztecing on there. I will be using the Aztec decals that I got from my source the last time. I have already ordered them, so I can put them in here when I come around to doing this model. All right, the last thing to tell you about, starting this year, we are going to be doing starting a project of doing an annual project. So this is going to be hopefully something that I will carry into the years to come. The idea is to take a model and take an entire year to build it so it can be super detailed and do some scratch building, some really, really cool things with it. This year, we are going to start with the C-Lab 3. This is available from CultTVMan. It's released under the Doll and Hobby Georgia. This is a reissue of an old Aurora kit. It's a classic model kit, and so many of the parts in this were actually used in a bunch of the Star Wars models. They kit bashed it to put plant-on details and all kinds of things on Star Wars models, which is part of the reason why it's so popular. It does have a full interior, which is going to be one of the challenging parts of it for what we're going to have to do with it. I'll show you the back of the box. And there's a built-up model, and here's just a couple of kits that Steve has released under the Doll and Hobby branding. Like I said, it is available from CultTVMan. It's about an $80 kit. So there's a lot of parts in this, and it's going to be really, really fun to build this up. But what we're going to do with it is we're going to pair it with this kit, which, if I can get it in camera, is a 1/350 scale Russian Typhoon class nuclear submarine. I have built this kit before a couple of times. I got this one off eBay, which is why the box is in such sad shape. But I have checked all the parts and they are sealed in here, as you can see. And what we're going to do with this as part of the annual project is we are going to modify this kit. If I can keep the lid back on it. There we go. We are going to modify this kit into a Red October from the film The Hunt for Red October. It's going to take extensive modification, a lot of scratch building. This sail tower on the Red October is a completely different shape. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do about that. There's a teardrop toed sensor bell on here, and obviously there's the Caterpillar drive doors. Now, in keeping the Sea Lab as part of the diorama, my vision for it is, what happened to this submarine after it was defected and given to the U.S. Navy to tear apart and do all of their research on it. So my idea is, what better place to hide a nuclear submarine that's top secret that you don't want anyone to know that you have, than to park it at an undersea laboratory, i.e. the Sea Lab 3. So the challenge of this, the Sea Lab is scaled to 193, and this Typhoon is 1/350 scale. So they're not in scale with each other. So in order to create the illusion of that, we're going to have to do a custom interior on this Sea Lab. So we're going to get going on this really, really soon. Hopefully get it on the workbench sometime in February. Although the weather has been really nice overall in Colorado this winter, you're never guaranteed whether you're going to be able to get outside and put primer on things. But I'm so excited to do this. It's going to be really, really fun to see how it turns out in the end, and we'll see around, the new year in 2027 where this diorama has gone. So that's where we are. That's the channel update for February 2026. I hope you're as excited as I am for where this channel is going. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers, everybody that likes and shares. I really, really appreciate it. It's really, really fun to get all of the projects out and see all of your projects all the same. I call this the Zen Studio because, there's a lot going on in the world, no matter where you are. And to have a place that's a workshop, a workbench where you can sit down and do something creative that fulfills you, that's what we're all about around here. So thank you so much. We'll see you in March for a new channel update. Up until then, we're going to go ahead and get on these models. So be safe, be well, and above all, find your own Zen studio and do some building. We'll see you next time. Take care.